Hello guys, greetings from Placement Ski. I welcome you all to the lecture series on TCS NQT. I'll be covering the exact questions asked on 27th October and then slot 2. Now this is the part 1 of the paper conducted on this day. A can finish a piece of work in 16 days and B can finish the same work in 20 days. After A had worked for 4 days, B also joined with A to finish the remaining work. In how many days will the remaining work be finished? Okay, so A can do the piece of work in what? 16 days, and then B alone can finish the same work in 20 days. Let's assume the total work to be the LCM of 16 and 20, which is how much it is? 80 days. Okay, the LCM of the given days 16 and 20 is 80 units. Yeah. This is the total work. Therefore, what is A's efficiency? A can do how many units in a day? 80 by 16. That is, he can do 5 units in a day. Similarly, B can do how many units in a day? 80 by 20. So he can do 4 units in a day. Okay, now we know the efficiencies. We are told that for the first 4 days only A worked. Okay, and after which B has joined A. So let's assume B has worked for X days in all. Okay, if B has worked for X days, so A should have worked for how many days? 4 more days. Yeah, 4 more days. Because for the first 4 days only A worked, whereas after that for the X days both A and B worked. Yeah. Now we know that A can do 5 units in a day, therefore in X plus 4 days A can do how much work? He can do 5 into X plus 4 units of work. Yeah. Similarly, B can do 4 units in a day, therefore in X days he can do 4X units. Okay, so this is the total work done by A and B, which is given as 80. Yeah. So what do we get? We get 5x plus 20 plus 4x is equal to 80. So we get 9x plus 20 is equal to 80. So we get 9x is equal to 60. That is, we get x is equal to 60 by 9. Yeah, 3 3s, 3 20s. Therefore, x value is 20 by 3 days. Yeah, that is, as I told earlier, for first 4 days, A alone worked. Okay, after which, for the remaining 20 by 3 days, A plus B together work to finish the work. Yeah. So that is what we are supposed to find, right? In how many days will the remaining work be finished? So the remaining work will be finished in 20 by 3 days. Okay. Now if not this, let's also solve it in a different way, which is, see, we are told that A had worked for 4 days, okay, and finished. Okay, in 4 days, how much work would A have finished? We know that A can finish the total work in 16 days. Therefore, A can finish in 4 days. How much amount of work can A finish? A can finish half, 1/4 the work, right? A can finish 1/4 the work in 4 days. Okay. Now remaining, how much work is remaining? We know that 3/4 work is remaining. 3/4 work. Now who should do 3/4 of the work? Both A and B together have to do 3/4 of the work. We know that if there were no other constraints, A and B can finish the work in how many days? We know this formula, right? AB by A plus B days. If there were no other constraints, A and B together could have finished the work in how many days? 16 into 20 AB by A plus B. 16 plus 20 is 36. Okay. 4 9s, 4 4s. Okay. So if there were no other constraints, A and B would have finished the work in 80 by 9 days. Okay. A and B could have finished the total work in 80 by 9 days. This is total work. Now we know that only 3/4 of the work is supposed to be done now. Therefore, they'll take how much more time? 3/4 of 80 by 9 days. So we get 4 1s, 4 20s, 3 1s, 3 3s. So we get the same answer, which is 20 by 3. I hope this method is also clear. You can follow the method you're comfortable with. So this involves equations and this involves logic. 80 kg of an alloy is mixed with 50 kg of an alloy Y. If alloy X has lead and copper in the ratio of 3:7 and alloy Y has lead and copper in the ratio of 7:3, what is the amount of lead in the new alloy. Okay, so we have two alloys, 80 kg of alloy X and 50 kg of alloy Y, right? I'm sorry, it is alloy Y. Okay, now we are told that in alloy X we have how much ratio of lead and copper? It is 3 is to 7. 3 is to 7. Whereas in alloy Y, what is the ratio? It is 7 is to 3. 7 is to 3. Okay, so we know that it is 3 is to 7. So totally we have how many parts? We have totally 10 parts. Yeah, 3 plus 7. 10 parts is equal to 80 kgs. So we get one part is equal to how much? We get it as 10 kgs. Okay, so let's take it. Okay, so 3 parts we have. So 3 parts is what? 30 kgs. Okay, sorry, 10 parts is 80 kgs. So one part is how much? It is only 8 kgs, right? 8 kgs. Okay, so 3 parts will be 24 kgs, and then 7 parts will be 7 8 56, so 56 kgs. Similarly for Y, we totally have how many parts? It is 7 is to 3. So again we have 10 parts for Y. So we have 10 parts is equal to 50 kgs. Okay, so we get one part is equal to 5 kgs. Okay, so one part is 5 kgs, so 7 parts is how much? 7 5 is 35 kgs, and then 3 5 is 15, so 15 kgs. Okay, so we have got the individual individual weights of lead and copper in each of the alloys. Now we have told that both of these are mixed. So if we mix both alloy X and alloy Y, so what is the total amount of lead in the new alloy? It is 24 plus 35. So 24 kgs plus 35 kgs, which we get it as how much? It is 59 kgs, right? 59. So which is option what? Option A. Now, what is the standard deviation of the data given below? Okay, so what is the mean of the observations? To find the standard deviation, first we need to find the mean. Okay, so if we take the mean of all of these observations, that is sum of all these observations divided by, we have 10 observations here, divide by 10. Okay, so I have already computed the sum of this. Okay, we get it as 230. I'm writing it directly. So 230 by 10, so we get the value as how much? It is 23. So we get the mean of these observations as 23. Okay, similarly the standard deviation is what? Sigma xi minus mu whole square divided by n. So in this case, what would be the formula? It is square root of, we have 10 observations, right? So we get it as x1 minus mu, which is 23, right? Minus 23 whole square plus x2 minus 23 whole square, so on, x10 minus 23 whole square, whole divided by, we have a 10, n value is 10, right? Okay, where these are x1 x2 values. Okay, this is x1, this is x2, this is x3, x4, so on, and this is x10. Okay, so what do we get? We get, this implies square root of x1, which is what? 10 minus 23, so we get minus 13 whole square plus 28 minus 23, so we have plus 5 square, plus 13 minus 23, so we have minus 10 square, plus 18 minus 23, so you get minus 5 square, plus 29 minus 23, so you get 6 square, 30 minus 23, 7 square, 22 minus 23, minus 1 square, 23 minus 23, 0 square, 25 minus 23, you get 2 square, and 32 minus 23, you get 9 square. Okay, so all of this whole divided by 10, so the entire value is in square root. Okay, so again I've computed this value, we get it as 490. Okay, so we get it as, effectively we get it as square root of 490 divided by 10, so which is square root of 49. So therefore you get the value of standard deviation as 7, which is option B. Okay, a boat covers 56 kilometers upstream in 7 hours and 45 kilometers downstream in 4 hours. What is the speed of the boat in still water? Okay, let's assume that the speed of the boat in still water be x and then the speed of the stream be y. Okay, now we know that when the boat goes upstream, the effective speed of the boat decreases. Therefore the speed of the boat is what? It will become x minus y. Okay, the difference of the speeds, because what do you mean by upstream? The boat's direction and the direction of the stream are opposite, therefore the boat stream decreases. Whereas if we take downstream, the speed of the boat downstream becomes x plus y, because the stream's direction and the direction of the boat are same. Okay, now we are told that it covers 56 kilometers upstream and 45 kilometers downstream. So let's see, what is the time taken to travel upstream? We know it is what? The distance traveled divided by the effective speed. Okay, so what is the distance traveled? It is 56 divided by what is the effective speed? We know it is upstream, therefore it is x minus y. So this value is given as how much? It is given as 7 hours. That implies, what do we get? We get x minus y is equal to 7, 8, 56. No, it is 8. Okay, similarly, what is the time taken to travel downstream? We know again it is distance by effective speed. We know distance is again, it is 48 only, right? It is 48 divided by what is the speed? It is x plus y. Yeah, x plus y downstream, right? This value is given as 4. That implies we get x plus y is equal to, we get 12. Now we have two equations, two variables. We can simplify it to get the value of speed of the boat in still water. That is, we are supposed to find the value of x. Okay, so let's add these two equations. So what do we get? We get x plus x 2x, and then minus y plus y get cancelled, is equal to 12 plus 8, that is 20. So we get the value of x as what? 10 kilometers per hour. Okay, therefore the speed of the boat in still water is how much? It is 10 kilometers per hour, which is option A. Okay, the length of the rectangle is 48 meters and its perimeter is 150 meters. What will be the perimeter of the square whose area is equal to that of the rectangle? Okay, for a rectangle, what are given? Length is given as 48 meters and then the perimeter is given as 150 meters. Yeah, we know perimeter is what? It is twice of L plus B. Okay, that implies, what do we get? We get the value of what? Length plus breadth is equal to half of 150, that is 75. Okay, fine. So what else do we get? So we know that we already know the value of length. So length is 48 plus breadth is equal to 75. So therefore we get the value of breadth as how much? 75 minus 48, which is how much? It is 27. Yeah, therefore we know the value of length and we know the value of breadth as well. Yeah, now we can compute anything, right? Now what is the area? What is the area of the rectangle? It is what? 48 into 27, length into breadth 27. So I'm not computing the value, I'm leaving it as such. Okay, so many meters square. We are told that the area of the square is equal to area of the rectangle. Okay, so let's equate that. Area of rectangle is equal to area of square. So what is the area of the rectangle? It is 48 into 27. So this is also equal to area of the square, which is s square. Okay, so now we are supposed to find the side of the square, which is square root of 48 into 27. Okay, now how can we split this? 48, we can write 48 as 3 power 1 into 4 square. Yeah, because 3 into 16 is 48, right? And then 27 as 3 cube. So effectively what is it? We get it as 3 power 4 into 4 square, right? So square root of this value, which is 3 square into 4, which is 48. Okay, 3 square 9 into 4, that is 36, right? I'm sorry, we get the value as 36. Is that clear? Square root of 48 into 27, I'm trying to prime factorize and then trying to find the value. Okay, we get 3 square into 4, 3 square 9 into 4 is 36. So therefore the side of the square is how much? It is 36. What are we supposed to find? We are supposed to find the perimeter of the square. We know perimeter of the square is how much? It is 4 into s, 4 into 36. So we get it as 144 meters, which is option B. Okay, this is a very simple question. X plus y is equal to 45 and then we get x minus y is equal to 11. So solve for x. So we get 2x is equal to 56. So we get x is equal to 28. Okay, if x is equal to 28, what is the value of y we get? We can substitute in any equation. Yeah, you get the value of y as 17. Okay, we are supposed to find the ratio of x and y, which is 28 is to 17. Yeah, the required ratio is 28 is to 17, which is option A. Okay, in an exam, 20% of the students passed only in science, 70% passed in mathematics, and 60% passed in both science and mathematics. If 65 students failed in both the subjects, what will be the total number of students? Okay, so clearly we have two subjects. Okay, and so it's a Venn diagram based question. It's a two circle Venn diagram based question. So let's assume that this is science. This circle, this Venn diagram represents the number of students who cleared science, and this represents the number of students who cleared mathematics. Okay, now we are told that 20. Okay, let's assume the total number of students to be 100x. Okay, total number of students is 100x. We are told that 20% of the students, what is 20%? It is 20x. So 20x students passed only in science. So this is the region, which represents the number of students who passed only in science, which is 20x. Okay, now 70 students passed in mathematics. So this entire region is given, this entire circle is given, which is 70x. Okay, and 60% passed in both science and mathematics. So this is the region, which represents the students who passed both in science and mathematics. So which is given as 60%, which is 60x. Okay, so clearly now total is 100x, and then this region alone is 20x. This region alone is 20x, and then the students who pass both in science and mathematics, this is 60x, and then we know that if this is 70x and this is 60x, so this has to be 10x, right? This region has to be 10x. The number of students who passed only in math is 10x. Okay, now clearly what is this outside region? The outside region represents the number of students who failed both in science and mathematics. So what is the value? Subtract 100x minus, take these values. Okay, if you subtract these entire values from 100x, you get the outside region, isn't it? So how do we get this value? So take it as, you can add all these values, right? 20 plus 60 plus 10, yeah, 60 plus 20 is 80, 80 plus 1 is 80 plus 10 is 90. So if you subtract 90x from 100x, you get this entire region, you get the outside region. Yes, this outside region. Is that clear? So 100x minus 90x, so you get the value as 10x. So this value is given as what? 65 in the question. See, if 60% passed in both science and maths and 65 students failed in both the subjects, so this represents the region, okay, who failed in both the subjects, so which is given as 65. So 10x is equal to 65, so we get the value of what? X as 6.5. We are supposed to find the total number of students. What is total number of students? It is 100x. So 100x will be 650. Is it clear? So the answer for this question is what? 650. It's very simple. Okay, this is given as 20, this total is given as 70, therefore this is supposed to be 10, and from 100 if we subtract this region, you get the outside region, which represents 65. From there we get the value of 100x as 650. What will be the mean and mode and median of the following data? It is mean of the mode and median of the following data. Okay, so how do we get the value? So first we need to know the mode. So what is mode? The frequently repeated observation, and then median is the middlemost observation. So let me first write this in ascending order, okay, because median requires ascending or descending order. Yeah, so first it starts with 11, then we have a 12, 11, 12 is gone. Do we have a 13? No. Do we have a 14? No. We have a 15, and then 16, we have two 16s, 16, 16, and then do we have a 17? Yes, 17, and then 18, no, 19, no, 20, no, and then again we have 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 22, 25, 26, 27 and 28. Okay, this is what we have. Now what is the mode of this data? The frequently repeated observation. Yeah, it is 16. Yeah, because 16 is the only one which repeated twice, so we have got the mode as how much? It is 16. Now what is the median of the data? Since we have arranged this in ascending order, the median will be the middle term. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are there 11 terms? Let me check it once. 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Correct. So now what is the middlemost observation here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the middlemost observation, isn't it? Because see, after that we have 5 terms here and then 5 terms here. Therefore this should be the middlemost observation. So therefore what is the median? So we get the value of median as 17. Okay, so we are supposed to find the mean of these two. What is mean of 16 and 17? It is 16 plus 17 by 2. So we get the value as 16.5, which is option A. Fine. So A and B can do a piece of work in 24 days. B and C can do the same work in 40 days, while A and C can do the same work in 30 days. In how many days can A alone do it? Fine. So we are told that A and B can do the work in how many days? It is 24 days. And then B and C can do the work in 40 days. And then A and C can do the same work in 30 days. What do? We always take the LCM of the given days. So 24, 40 and 30. So the LCM is 120 units. So we'll assume the total work to be 120 units. So what is A plus B's efficiency in a day? 120 by 24. 120 by 24. So we get it as 5 units per day. That is A plus B can do 5 units in a day. Now what is B plus C's efficiency? 120 divided by 40. So we get 3 units in a day. Yeah. Similarly, A plus C, it is 120 by 120. 120 by 30, right? 120 by 30. So we get it as 4 units per day. Okay. Now if we add all of this, if we add all these efficiencies, what do we get? A plus B plus B plus C plus A plus C. So you get twice of A plus B plus C. And you get the values what here? 5 plus 3, 8 plus 4, 12 units per day. So they can do 12 units per day. So that is A plus B plus C can do how many units in a day? 6 units in a day. Okay. So this is all that we've got. Now what are we supposed to find? In how many days can A alone do it? See, we know B plus C is 3 units per day. Okay, let me write it here. We know B plus C can do 3 units of work in a day, whereas A plus B plus C can do how many units in a day? It is 6 units in a day. So clearly, if A plus B plus C can do 6 units in a day and B plus C can do 3 units in a day, so A can do 3 units in a day. Yeah, subtract these two, you get it. Yeah, A can do 3 units in a day. We know that the total work is what? 120 units. So therefore A takes how many days? A takes 120 by 3 days, that is A takes 40 days to finish the work. Is that clear? Which is option D. Okay. The perimeter of a rectangular plot is 36 meters. So what is the perimeter? It is twice of L plus B, right? So it is given as 36. So therefore we get the value of L plus B as how much? It is 18. Now if the length is increased by 6 meters and the breadth is decreased by 3 meters. Okay, so if the length is increased by 3 meters and the breadth is decreased by 3 meters, the area of the plot remains same. So what was the usual area of the plot? It was supposed to be L into B. So we are told that this is also equal to L into B. Okay, so let's simplify this. We get LB minus 3L plus 3B minus 9 is equal to L into B. So these two get cancelled. So we get it as, sorry, length is increased by 6, right? It is increased by 6. So we get minus 6L. Okay, let me simplify this again. Okay, just to avoid confusion. L plus 6 and B minus 3. So you get LB and then minus 3L minus 6B minus 18 is equal to L into B. So these two get cancelled. So if you divide this by 3, what do we get? We get minus L plus 2B minus 6 is equal to 0. Yeah, so let's simplify now. So we know L plus B is 18. What are we supposed to find? We are supposed to find length of the plot. So let's eliminate the breadth. Yeah, so what do we get? We get it as 2L. So let's take these two equations. This is the first equation and this is the second equation. Okay, so what do we get? We get twice of, I'm multiplying this by 2. Okay, 2L plus 2B is equal to 36, and here we have minus L plus 2B is equal to 6. So if we subtract these two equations, so this becomes plus, this becomes minus, this becomes minus. So we get 3L and these two get cancelled is equal to 30. So we get the value of length as what? 10 meters, which is option C. So clearly we just have two equations here, and then two variables, so that you can eliminate one of the variables and get the value of L. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. Let's meet in the second part of this lecture series.